Today I have a crab and shrimp pie on the menu. It's a Maryland style, but it's done my way. I'm Eats with Twan. I'm gonna walk you through how to make this delicious recipe. It is so easy and simple to make. This is my Maryland crab and shrimp pie. So let's go right into this amazing recipe. Now let's start with the shrimp first. I have cleaned and deveined large shrimp. I'm adding some Old seasoning to my shrimp. You can use Cajun seasoning if you do not like Old or don't have it. I'm adding some avocado oil. As you can see, I did not over season the shrimp because we are going to use some other ingredients and we're not going to need a whole bunch of seasoning for this recipe. It's going to be flavorful, but guess what? We don't need to over season it. Once you marinate the shrimp, get a skillet on medium-high heat, add some butter, about a tablespoon or so, allow that butter to melt, add your shrimp to that skillet. You're only going to cook the shrimp until the shrimp turns pink. We're not going to overcook the shrimp. You're only going to need about 2 to 3 minutes for the shrimp to cook and turn pink. Alright, so I'm adding the shrimp to the skillet. Once the shrimp is finished, we're going to take it out of the skillet and then we're going to let it cool off. So I'm going to walk you through everything, so just follow me. Now, as you can see, the shrimp is nice and pink. Flip over the shrimp if need be, but do not overcook the shrimp. Now, once the shrimp is done, turn the heat off, transfer the shrimp to a bowl, put it on ice or put it in the fridge. I did lose one in the process, but it's okay. Whether you call them green onion or scallions, cut them up. The green and the white part we will use for this recipe. Cut it all the way down to the root and push it aside. Now, grab you a green bell pepper. For the green bell pepper, it's very important that you chop these down to fine pieces of green peppers. You do not want no big chunks of green peppers inside of your pie. I'm telling you, you don't want to bite into a nice cheesy crab and shrimp pie and then have a big old chunk of green bell pepper. That's not going to work. So take your time, chop it on up, go over it a few times if you need to, but just make sure it is finely chopped down, okay? Taking the time to make sure the green bell peppers is finely chopped and all of the other ingredients is finely chopped will make this recipe amazing. And you will do the same thing to a large yellow onion, just like that, you see. Now you will need some sliced pimentos for this recipe. Is going to add some amazing flavor. And guess what? For this recipe, we will be using Duke's mayonnaise. It's a Maryland staple. You definitely need it. 2 large eggs to a mixing bowl along with some Duke's mayonnaise and some milk. This is building our pie filling, okay? To that, we want to add some flour. We need to make sure everything is nice and combined. And remember, folks, all of the ingredients and the measurements will be in the description for you to follow. You know I got y'all. Now, the reason why I did not over season the shrimp, I'm adding some Old seasoning to my crab filling. Well, it's not a crab filling, it's a pie filling. It'll be crab in there. Y'all get me. But anyway, hot sauce. So we got the Old seasoning and I'm adding some Old hot sauce to this. And I'm just going to combine everything all together. Now, if you don't have Old hot sauce, you can simply use regular hot sauce. Remember, this recipe is yours. I'm only here to guide you. Now we're going to take our finely diced mixture of onions, scallions, and green bell peppers. We're going to add it to this pie filling just like that. Add it to the pie filling and just give it a quick flip and stir in there just to make sure everything is well combined. Grab your shrimp. Now the shrimp is cooled off. We're going to chop the shrimp up. We're not going to dice it up finely. We're going to chop it up because we want some big chunks of shrimp throughout this crab and shrimp pie. I'm telling you, go ahead and just chop it up. Keep it as large or as small as you like. I just do not recommend keeping the shrimp whole. Dicing and chopping up the shrimp will maximize the amount of shrimp you have throughout this crab and shrimp pie. Trust me. Now I'm adding my shrimp to my pie mixture just like that. Now we're not finished. We gotta add some cheese. I'm adding some Italian blend cheese, which has mozzarella, some Parmesan cheese, but also I'm adding the triple cheddar mixture that has sharp, medium sharp, and white cheddar cheese. Put that right in. To that, I added my sliced pimentos just like that. And guess what? We're almost done with our crab and shrimp pie mixture. Now, for the final touch, that good old lump crab meat. Yes, you gotta have lump crab meat. Break it up, Don't be rough with it, be gentle. Crab meat is very delicate. And this is when you flip the mixture. You don't want to stir, just flip the mixture, make sure everything is nice and combined. And guess what, folks? We have our crab and shrimp pie mixture ready to go. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more recipes. I took a fork to my thawed pie crust and I just punctured the center just so the center crust does not rise during the baking process. You don't want that disaster. Now take this amazing crab and shrimp pie mixture, add it to your pie crust. Do not overfill the pie crust. If you overfill it, you will have some issues cutting a slice of this pie. The crust may break. Trust me, I know, because it happened to me on my first go around. Now folks, add the filling to your pie crust, but not too much. And then guess what? We're not finished yet. We got something else extra to make it amazing. Even more amazing, we're going to add some more cheese. Yes, add some cheese on top. It also protects the filling and it allows everything to cook and melt beautifully. And you want some extra cheese on top. Now, once you add some extra cheese on top, go ahead and hit it with some Old Bay seasoning, just a tad bit. Again, it goes back to the original, not adding too much seasoning to the shrimp because everything else is going to be seasoned. Now, I hit it with some smoked paprika for some color. I'm going to put it in the oven and allow this to bake until the cheese melts and everything is golden brown, just like that. Woo! Look at that crab and shrimp pie. Now, folks, allow this pie to cool off before you go cutting into this crab and shrimp pie. I know you're going to be tempted, but allow it to cool off for a bit before you cut into this pie. Now, once you cut into this pie, this is how the pie is supposed to look. Just look at this. Just watch this. Just telling you. Look, you see that? Look at that cheese. Look at that crab. Woo, look at that shrimp. That's what you call a crab and shrimp pie. Eats with Twan style. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. Let's go ahead and give this a taste test. We made a Merlin style crab and shrimp pie the East with Twan way, and I'm telling you, this thing was amazing. It got me saying, oh my gosh. Thank you for tuning into my Maryland style crab and shrimp pie, the Eats with Twan way. I really appreciate you rocking with me through all my recipe videos. And listen, tune in. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel for more recipes. And I'll see you guys in the next recipe video.